Y'all live. Welcome back to Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. All right, the channel where we do all three of those things. We have an opinion on everyone. One not so much, but still we're here. Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. Welcome to Food Do You Got. I'm your host, Jules DJ. The rest of these guys in the room are my peoples that form the Eats, Beats, and Rhymes Voltron. And welcome back to another episode of Who Do You Got? Everybody make some noise because tonight's episode...
Yeah!
Oh my goodness, tonight's episode is a fucking banger, okay? Let's just get right down to it. If you're joining us for the first time tonight, the Who Do You Got series basically is a mock versus battle conversation that we have amongst these hip-hop, brethren that I have in the room that I've known for over 10, 15 years plus. It's basically we take two of your favorite hip-hop giants, two of your favorite hip-hop albums, two of your favorite hip-hop crews. In this particular case, it's albums, and we answer the overall question by putting them round for round, and we ask the overall question, who do you got? Tonight's battle consists of one MC, two albums, big-ass crew, legendary status on both the crew and the artist. We're talking about none other than GHOSTFACE KILLAAAAAH versus himself. Basically, what we're doing is taking the first two albums, right? Because we're such fans of both of them, and we want to discuss tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Iron Man versus Supreme Clientele. Make some noise.
Yeah!
Get your shit right.
Let's go around the room real quick. Introduce everybody in the motherfucking building. All right. Again, I'm your man, Jules DJ. Make sure you follow me at Yo Jules DJ on IG and all that other good stuff. Going around the room real fast. We're gonna introduce everybody. Make sure you follow them on Instagram as well. And always follow Eats, Beats, and Rhymes on Instagram as well. And get ready because we're dropping episodes on YouTube very, very, very soon.
Soon come.
Close to things. Start my man Cool Breeze. I think Breeze. You're very well known to the audience here that knows us. For those that don't, you're quick to make long statements. But I think today, I think, who do you got? Should I ask? Who do you got? But that guy. Both of them. I like
the bird.
I like the bird and
the bird. The bird. Triple C.
Breeze. We're talking about the classic debut 1996 album Iron Man versus the 2000 sophomore release called Supreme Clientele. Who do you got?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with. It is a both of them situation, but not.
But not.
But not.
Well, it could be again.
Oh,
but
yes.
you have to pick one though. You have to ride for a team. Pause.
Whoa, geez. I'm gonna go with Supreme Clientele on this one, sir.
Ooh.
Again, hold your tongue because we're gonna get into why you feel that way. Real
Okay. Okay.
It's already starting oohs and ahs in the room. Okay, we already see what's going on. I'm gonna tune into my Twitch right here. Make sure everybody's live in the chat room. Let's continue on down to the VA side of things. We did this special for the man right here. 2 up, 2 down, man. VA DJ Hobo. What's going on, sir? How are you?
All is well, man. All is well.
Got you.
Cheers to the chat room.
Happy belated birthday to DJ Hobo.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Battle is for you, sir. As we all know, for those who don't know, DJ Hobo, long-term wu-tang stan in a good way. And very much a Ghostface Killer fan, as we all know. So absolutely. This is in dedication to you, sir, for a happy belated birthday. We see the shirt. We already know. Again, you're taking a stance that's very divided. I like that. We don't know which way you're going to go. I was a little confused because I know you're such a fan. But, Hobo, I posed the question to you. When we're talking about Iron Man versus Supreme Clientele, who do you got?
Man, okay, so I'm going to be quick so we can get into it. But first of all, shout out to the homie Moop who asked me this question when we were sitting at dinner.
Okay.
He asked me which one. So I told him I was going to jack it and I was going to use it. Give me that beat, fool. So shout out to him. Had to use it. But I fought long and hard over this. I'm going to go with Iron Man.
Oh, snap. I feel like that's something because there's a certain degree of level that I give you respect when it comes to anything Wu-Tang related, especially first generation Wu-Tang. So with that being said, your vote's been counted, sir. It looks like we've got 1 up on each of the board. Both albums are being spoken for. We're going to continue around the room. But don't forget, it's about these two tonight. These two. These two. Okay, don't get it twisted. This is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
All right?
sir.
Moving down the Queen side of things, I talked to my man 50 grand, always with the quick answers, quick, fast. I think I know what I haven't asked him. We're just gonna introduce him and move on.
See, unlike Hobo, I had dinner by myself.
Man, Triple C in the building. Triple C, is it as simple as looking at your picture?
So I had to go with Supreme Clientele.
Yeah.
You can't even say. You're so excited. You tripping on your own words, and there's a picture behind you. You don't have to say anything.
No, I had a joke in mind, but
go ahead. Now the pressure's on.
It's off now. It's off.
Wow.
Ghostface would not approve.
Fish, tossed salad.
Ghostface would not approve.
And make rap ballads.
Theodore Unit would not approve. Moving on to the other side of Queens, not too far down. Talking about my man DJ Scantastic Scan. What are we talking about here? We're talking about Iron Man.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Easily classical, two classical. Easily two classic, under that label sort of albums. Who do you got?
Man, this is another tough one. These are definitely two bangers. Heavy rotation.
Oh my goodness.
Heavy rotation. They stay in rotation all day, every day. And I thought about it, man. But I'm gonna agree with Hobo and go with Iron Man on this one, man.
Yes.
Oh, I like this. Yeah.
Let's split down the middle, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, there's only 4 people that participate in the battle when we do this every Monday night. Again, we do this every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on Twitch. Stay tuned for future episodes coming on YouTube, on EatsBeatsandRhymes YouTube. But for anybody in the chat room, shout out my man Malcontent, I think he's up in there.
Douglas Hauser's in there too.
Hauser's up in there too.
Where you at?
Ever want to jump on? All you gotta do is send the bat signal up. So why don't we think of an emoji they can just throw up in the chat room if they trying to say something. You guys can come on in live on the video feed if you gotta have a camera, obviously. And who doesn't with every phone they own these days? And we open the invitation to anybody in the chat room as well. So you guys put up what should we put up? What's the easy one, Hobo? What's an emoji that's distinct but cannot be confused with something else that we could put up as a EDR symbol in the air, sort of for them to be like, hold up.
I mean, it's only fitting that they throw up the W's for the Wu today, right?
So today we are throwing up W's. Can somebody put them in the chat room now, just so they can understand? Hobo, put that down. The W's. If you're not familiar with the emoji, if you got some dubs you want to throw up and you want to jump on it up, you want to show your face on screen. Again, if you got warrants, just put up a little, just talk like this. Talk like one of the
stocking. Put the stocking cap on like Ghostface.
Stocking cap like a Ghostface killer. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, throw up a W with a bird next to it.
gotta go outside and find a pigeon.
You gotta find that peacock out there, kid.
You know what I'm saying? Bird next to it.
All right, so check this out. Listen, we getting ready to start round one. Again, this is a very exciting time because there is no again, we've had this series going for a few months now, and we've crossed along the path of doing a same artist situation kind of battle where we take something along their catalogs and kind of put them verse each other. This is a very specifically challenging one because Ghost is a fucking a god MC, right? We know this.
Right.
Let's talk about Ghostface for a minute before we dive into the questions. So Ghostface Killer, original Wu-Tang member, one of the star characters on the Wu-Tang series that's going on in Hulu. Technically related to the RZA by way of baby mom, sister type of situation. So he's been down from day one, again, with the Abbott, and the Abbott has contributed a lot of production to both of these albums, particularly about 98% of Iron Man, and I'd say a good 45% on Supreme.
Yeah,
I guess you could say that. I guess you could say that.
Maybe a little off in the average. But we got a guy that's broke a lot of hurdles, and in certain one of the hurdles that I came across in my research, and I just wanted to kind of talk about. This is not one of the subjects, but just sort of elaborate on this because again, this is a very specific situation. What we have here is he's part of the legendary Wu-Tang Clan. We're talking about 9 to plus 10 MCs that started as members, that each want to drop solo albums, that each eventually got to, and some stand out more than others, right? We can go down without saying Strictly Built for Cuban Links, which he's also featured on heavily, and adds all types of aesthetic and flavor to that fucking album. That's a classic. We could chalk up Iron Man to being another classic, right?
Indeed.
Most Wu-Tang members, well, most Wu-Tang fans, for my research today, would basically agree in saying that Supreme Clientele is probably the most acclaimed second solo project to come out of the Wu from a solo artist. So what you're looking at is Strictly Built for Cuban Links is amazing, but the follow-up Lex Diamonds,
not so much.
Yeah.
not so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you were a super Tikal fan, and I never was, I don't think that Tikal 2000 was really, any better. Actually, I didn't like that one either.
You didn't like the first one?
Not entirely, no. I don't think it's classic. I don't think it's classic. I wouldn't put it up in one of these battles. You have to find another host. Because I'm not gonna lie through my teeth. No, I don't. I think Meth is amazing. I don't think his albums reflect that. His solo albums reflect that. Again, so you got the Jizza. The Jizza second album did come out. Again, it wasn't So you got this pattern, and this goes for most MCs. Period, not just Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
it's for sophomore jinx, as we all know.
Right.
So you got the Ghostface Killer, aka Tony Starks, aka Iron Man.
Right.
Twice.
In a row. And if you want to get really into it, I wouldn't say it's a classic, but Bulletproof Wallets was very dope too.
That's a great album.
Yeah,
It's a great album.
I'm talking about two.
Some would argue that it goes a little bit too commercial. Some people say. They say.
See what you did there.
But regardless, we're here to talk about these two. But yes, Bulletproof Wallets, honorable mention, a fire album. Shout out to Nigel, please. Apparently, who said it in the chat room? It was Malcontent says that ODB's second album, apparently to him, was fire, classic material. Okay, I'm just saying, no.
I don't think so. I agree with you. I don't think so.
I'm here to say no. But I stand behind what they say about Supreme Clientele probably being a home run as well, just as strong as his first release. And most Wu-Tang members were not of a level of achieving sort of two classics back to back. Because I also feel like, again, personally, Strictly Built for Cuban Links 2 is a classic. I think it's fire.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a dope album.
Right. We're just talking back to back. We're talking about that sophomore jinx that most Wu-Tang members suffered.
Yeah.
And most most musicians, period.
True.
Go through. If you're going through a label sort of situation, it's that sophomore jinx. Can I do it again? So just wanted to bring that up. And we're talking about a 4-year hiatus to a certain degree. We were talking about this off camera beforehand. 1996's Iron Man, again, amazing. Came out, a lot of buzz around it. Basically it peaked at number 2 on Billboard Top 200. Not the R&B and hip hop charts.
Oh wow.
Top 200.
Wow.
Wow.
Peaked at number fucking 2. And it basically is a platinum. It's his highest selling album to date. It's a platinum selling album. However, that platinum status took about 8 years to achieve. Man, all right. You have a gold album for Supreme Clientele. One could argue, well, Iron Man's obviously better because it's platinum versus gold. However, this gold status that was achieved on Supreme Clientele happened in less than a month. So the numbers don't lie. And this is from an era when numbers were very much highly regarded. So again, Ghostface shows his value. He shows what he brings to the table. We're talking about numerous songs off both projects we're going to discuss tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us for the first time, again, we're getting ready to dissect Ghostface Killer's 2 first albums back to back. Which is better, Iron Man versus Supreme Clientele? Fellas, are you ready?
Yeah.
Get it, let's get it. Yes, my lord.
I want to mention about the numbers. At that time, there was a lot of bootlegging going on at the time. So that
bootleg's been around forever, brother. You can't do
Yeah,
nothing about that. You can't do
Yeah.
nothing about it. You can't do nothing about it. You can't do nothing about it. You
Yeah, but
can't do
he's street platinum. He's street platinum.
He is legit platinum. Like I
Yeah.
said, Iron Man is a legit platinum selling album. Still his best selling album to date.
Mm.
However, like I said, depends on how you want to look at it, you know?
Right.
Depends on how you want to look at it. You have another guy, another album, a second follow-up that went gold like that.
Instantly.
The buzz was heavy on
Did
Supreme.
he brag about that at one point in time?
Yeah.
30 days later, the LP went gold. Yo, shout out to Helmidi in the chat room. Helmidi's up in the chat room. Shout out to Helmidi.
Oh, Helm, what up?
Yeah.
What up?
What up, Helm?
What's up?
Yeah,
So check this out, fellas. Here we go. Round number 1. Iron Man versus Supreme Clientele. Who do you got? Let's go.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Bing, bing.
Ding, 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 ding. So I'm gonna be going to different screens here. Don't mind me. Like I said, I just got a couple of things on my sleeve here. But let's get right down to it. We're talking about 2 projects specifically, right? We're talking about Iron Man versus Supreme Clientele. What better way to talk about both these projects than by the introduction that both albums bring to the table? Now, we're not literally talking about the intros that start off with sort of either, movie bites or things of that nature. Let's just talk about the initial songs that set off both projects. Let's talk about Iron Man's Iron Maiden. First song on the album. First song is going to give you an indication what the album's like. We're not going to let that go because, all that other But you got to gist what I'm talking about. That's the intro. Like I said, the very first song. I mean, we're all DJs, not all of us DJs, but we're all music connoisseurs in this room here. And we know that when you were listening to albums in those days, when people would digest albums, the first song sets off the vibe of the entire album.
Yeah.
That's the vibe of Iron Man. Let's jump into that first vibe that Supreme Clientele brings to the table. I'm gonna let a little bit of the verse go.
Oh yeah, you got to.
Scientific, my hand kissing, robotic listening, optimistic. You probably missed it. Watch me dolly think it's
Let's be clear. Let's be
Yeah,
clear.
hope
Shout out.
you change your mind.
Shout out to Black Moses Art on that beat because I think a lot of people would just assume off the bat that's a RZA beat, and it's not. It also features the RZA, which is another reason I think people would probably assume it's a RZA beat.
yes.
Nah, shout out to Black Moses Art. Not familiar with your track work, homeboy, but that is a gem. So, for those that weren't familiar, I just gave you a quick little recap. For those in the chat room, if you need another recap, you're at home, you could view it yourself. But I gave you a quick little dose, quick little gems of what's going on. Fellas in the room, who wants to step up first? Who wants to talk about either the Nutmeg or Iron Maiden?
I don't appreciate it.
Both albums got to start a certain way. So let's start the battle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wanna change your mind now, hobo, huh?
You thought I was gonna go singles and big and no. Let's talk about the intro to the album. Let's go. Barbershop style. I don't want none of this fucking, this
all right, man. I'm gonna speak on it, man. I'm gonna go with Nutmeg because that shit was fucking hard song. It's hard off the album. And when you listen to that album, that was when, I'll probably say this more than once, but Supreme Clientele for me kept Wu-Tang relevant when
Absolutely.
there was a time when they were kind
Absolutely.
of falling
Absolutely.
off-ish.
Absolutely.
People weren't really checking for them, and Ghost put out that album, and to start off with that song.
Yeah. Agreed.
It is.
Agreed. I agree.
I'm not taking anything away from Iron Maiden because Iron Maiden, don't forget, you got your man Lex Thomas talking that shit. All he's doing is humming, and he making that shit sound hot. Triple C, what are you thinking right now? What's going through your brain? Is it as simple as the artwork in the back, or do you got something to dissect, brother?
No, it is simple. It's that simple. Nutmeg is a joint.
Oh,
Is that?
You're a smart man this week, Triple C. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Well, I'm saying he got
Yeah.
that streak, got that feel like on the corner, like the
Yeah.
way he's fitting, like
Yeah.
Triple C back to his violence.
When
Yeah.
was the last time you stood in the corner, Triple C?
he's
Yeah.
reminding you. He's reminding you of what the first
The
joint
milk
did.
cart, the milk crate. Yeah. Sitting on the corner.
Look, shout out to Malcontent. Malcontent sort of said something that's kind of ill, right? He said, "Damn, Iron Maiden is cinematic." You know,
Yeah.
so Nutmeg is just
I'd
a
agree with
street
Malcontent
banger.
too.
I'm going to
Yeah,
Iron
that's a
Maiden
great
for
point.
that one.
Great point.
That's what he's going with. Again,
Great
that
point.
cinematic vibe. That I mean, Ghost is an amazing storyteller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
he's good at.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
again, I kind of agree with Iron Maiden. You know, coming from Malcontent. Does anybody else agree here? So we got Triple C's vote here. Does anybody else agree? Is Iron Maiden on the board today? What's going on?
I'm gonna go with Nutmeg, sir.
Oh, shit.
Shocker. You don't say.
Yeah,
know.
well, you know,
Yep.
my favorite artist. You know, both albums are dope. But
I thought Lil Nas X was your favorite artist.
How dare you? How dare you?
I heard that.
Nero.
I heard that.
Here we go. Here we go. Trying to get us canceled, huh? All right.
But boom, again, safe to say,
Yep.
I think I know which way this is leaning, but let's find out. Let's wrap it up. Scantastic, you did Scanless.
Man,
What
I gotta go with the room. It's about Nutmeg with this one, man. Nutmeg is just. I agree with Malcontent. It definitely is two different feels, but that Nutmeg is definitely street banger. It just hit you a little bit harder in a different way. Pause.
I agree with that. I can't really. Malcontent, you are right, bro. You are so correct. Iron Maiden is cinematic, and it with the skits that were before it.
Yeah.
Perfect. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
That Nutmeg is that
Nutmeg,
corner store.
Yeah.
That corner store
Yeah.
music.
Again, it's a landslide, you know, sort of answering in this particular round. If you couldn't tell, you know, we asked the question which album had the better first intro song, Iron Maiden versus Nutmeg. And it looks like it's an overall landslide, and this round goes to Supreme Clientele for Nutmeg. And you never know how this game's gonna go. We have basically Team Supreme Clientele on the board at the moment, but there's also a actual Team Iron Man as well, because we have people that selected them off the bat at the beginning, and they actually voted the other way. So you never know how this is gonna go. Like I said, if you want to join us, like I said, let us know in the chat room. Throw them W emoji up. Get your camera rigged up. And you could jump on and state your piece as well. Moving on to round number 2. Beats and Rhymes. We do this every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So my folks over there across the pond know what time we're doing it over here. And the name of the show is Who Do You Got? And tonight we're talking about Ghostface Killah with his 2 first albums, Iron Man versus Supreme Clientele. That's right, you heard some Iron Man versus Supreme Clientele. We decided to be stupid and take our favorite artists' first 2 albums and say which one's better. And here the fuck we are. So moving on to round number 2. It's as simple as what you thought it was going to be initially. And here it is for question number 2. Which album had the better second single? Yeah, so you guys thought I was going to go with the first single. You're lucky I didn't go third. But check it out. Who had the better second single? We're talking about Iron Man's Daytona 500. Versus Supreme Clientele's Mighty Healthy.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I'm tapping out. I'm not answering that question.
Oh, man.
Look at you.
That question.
Oh, man.
It's so tough.
Both of them are sick.
Both hands crusty, chilling with my man Rusty, low down. Blew off the burner, kind of gutsy. World can't touch ghost purple.
Man, we gonna get sued.
Oh,
Take
God.
that party.
Don't you get party. Yo, hold on. And don't forget about...
Oh.
I'm gonna skip it, even though I love the intro. I think this is the Force MDs, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
But with the fucking... the flip on the sample?
let's be honest. Both songs are dope.
Yeah. But when he played that Mighty Healthy, everybody nodding their head like crazy.
Cats who rock Mac knowledge and sweet astrologists light up the mic on dodge this block joints that carry.
Yo, his flow is insane on this shit. Raekwon's flow is
We
insane.
pack over the shoulder.
Yo, this is not right, man.
I'm gonna go first on this one.
This is not right.
I'm gonna go first on this
second singles. The second, imagine. So the first singles, believe it or not. So Iron Man's initially, according to Wikipedia, I don't remember correctly. Maybe Scan might remember a little bit better than I do.
Isn't the second single on Clientele 1?
No,
it's not a single.
Yeah.
You talking about?
All that I got is You featuring Mary J. Blige is officially listed as the first single of Iron Man. Which, by the way, they stretched the promotion on that album like at least 2 years.
I was about to say, yeah.
I was like 96 and 97 is when they dropped this one, and I think in 98 is when they dropped what is it? Hold on, I got it right here. But wait till you hear. I was like, wait, what? It's insane. I was like, that's such a gap. Here we go. It's All That I Got Is You in September 22nd, 1996, Daytona 500, which is October 7th, 1996, and that same year, later on that month, so I guess they rushed it out, Motherless Child.
Oh, right.
Ooh, another one.
Yo,
Wow.
Banger.
Yo. So,
all right.
So again, someone's talking about the sample in the chat room, and they're right. This shit's been used by 50 million people, and again, this is probably one of the flies. Scan, who's the sample again?
Bob James.
Bob James.
Scan.
Bob James.
Damn Scan.
Let's start with you, Scan. Let's start with you. You the production head you the producer head in the building. Which single, second single?
I mean,
the better second single.
Man.
Oh, by the way, just to recap real quick. I'm sorry, it's only because I started this. And while you thinking that answer there, Scan, Supreme Clientele's singles were the following: Mighty Healthy, released in '98. This is the one that stretches out with 3 Supreme Clientele's singles. So Mighty Healthy in '98, Apollo Kids '99, Shay Shay La Ghost 2000.
Oh my God.
All gems though.
All gems.
Yeah.
All gems. Be clear. I mean, we're even talking about Mighty Healthy right now. So, what are we thinking here?
Man.
Oh wait, did I write that down wrong? I might.
I was like, hold on.
I apologize.
I
apologize.
Uh-oh.
As the guy that comes up with the questions for these things, I must have been high.
Yes.
I realize now that upon reading this that I miswrote something, fellas. So forgive me.
Okay.
I'm glad we didn't get to vote yet, and I'm glad we didn't get a chance to say anything. So I regress.
Still choose Mighty
So
Healthy.
we're gonna say, yeah, it's not Mighty Healthy. It's not Mighty Healthy.
No, regardless, whatever
It's
you say, I
Apollo
still love
Kids.
Apollo Kids, yeah.
Big Apollo Kids, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna give a quick little sample of that as well. I apologize for the mix-up. It's Apollo Kids. We're talking about second singles. That's
you know what, Jules? I think I know why, because they put out Mighty Healthy on vinyl, I think on the B-side, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that.
Yeah,
they might have. Either way, I think I might have wrote it down, and I was like, this is too easy. Mighty Healthy is just like bananas. I think even right now, I don't know the vote yet, and let's not talk about it, but I'm the host, so I can, and I'm going to say that everybody was about to vote Mighty Healthy. It's just me. Even the chat room, they was like, yo, Mighty Healthy for me, Mighty Healthy. So again, I think I realized that too earlier, and I was like, nah, this is too easy. Like, I was like, let me, and I think I forgot to write the Apollo Kids. So for those who aren't familiar, it's a banger.
When there was the Wallaby Factory.
Hey, yo, this rap is like ZD. Yo, back in this era, this is like what, 99 you said? You can get away with playing this record in the club. You can easily get away with that record in the club. So again, forgive me, everybody in Eats Beats and Rhymes world. I must have been high. I forgot to write it down. It's actually Daytona 500 still versus Apollo Kids. That's where we're at right now. My bad. So with that,
let's make no difference.
It would have been All That I Got Is You versus Mighty Healthy. And that's when I was like, nah, that's not gonna work.
I'm gonna jump out the window. Do. The popular belief is gonna be Daytona 500, but I'm gonna go with Apollo Kids on this one. I know it's blasphemous.
I like it.
I know it's
too.
blasphemous,
I sweat it.
Yo, listen.
My point. I'm gonna tell you why. It's for vanity reasons. I think. I mean, the beat is definitely dope.
Shout out.
You didn't know
what's the producer? Hassan? Is that his name?
That's Phantom of the Beat. That's Hash G from UMC's.
No.
What?
Yeah.
He did that beat?
Yeah. He did a couple Ghostface joints.
Really?
Apollo Kids is fire. I apologize to any Apollo Kids fan out there that's watching.
Does he? But he's from Staten Island, though, right?
They're from Staten Island. UMC's from Staten Island.
I remember, I think I
that
was
makes
with
sense.
you one time, and we saw that dude on Jamaica Avenue.
Yeah, so UMC's from Staten Island. Haas G, he goes by the name of the Phantom of the Beat. So he did Apollo Kids and he did the Hilton on Bulletproof Wallets.
Okay.
Listen, everybody in the chat room that's automatically defaulting to Daytona 500, be clear. I think it was a weak intro that is my fault that I gave the Apollo Kids that weak ass intro because Apollo Kids is fire.
Hey, listen, man. Then you need to put
Like,
that pipe down there, brother.
You gotta say it like that. It's a bong.
Bong, bong, bong.
You sucking on that pipe kind of hard. Fucking up the
Yo, so yeah, man, for those and just the video, man, with the bird and the belt, all the theatrics, man. So I'm gonna go with
this is the time around. Even the artwork for the single was insane.
Yeah. I know it's not popular, but I'm going with Apollo Kids.
I ain't mad at you. Again, I'm glad that we got that out the way before any vote came in. First vote came in, Apollo Kids. Hobo, you seem to like get offended when you picked Apollo Kids. What is your feeling behind that? What's going on?
To be clear, I'm not offended.
Keep your mind, God.
How can one be offended when you choose Apollo Kids? I'm not offended because it's a banger. However, respectfully, I have to say that I'm going with 500, man. Daytona 500, the intro was crazy, and how they carried that intro through the song is crazy.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to the Force MDs, as we talked about earlier, being on that song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The video with Speed Racer was crazy.
Yeah,
Right,
animated.
right.
He's not even in the video.
No. It's a Speed Racer. It's just Speed Racer.
Entirely a Speed Racer.
Yeah.
I'm going with Daytona 500, man. That shit gets me moving. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Cool Breeze. The album that you picked earlier,
Yes,
is Supreme Clientele. Apollo Kids is on Supreme Clientele.
that is correct.
Is it as easy as I'm thinking, or do you have another way of thinking about this?
No, sir. I go with what I feel and what I hear. Supreme Clientele to me is the album that I selected. I love it. The one in your hand. That's the one. I'm gonna go with Daytona 500 because that song right there, even when he was just like spitting like lick shots with Jesus.
Lick shots with Joseph. Slapbox with Joseph.
That slapbox with Joseph. Lick shots with Jesus, slapbox with Joseph. That beat was just so sick. Everybody wrote it. Pause. And it was just a sick. Just the way they came on that track. Pause again. But it was just sick. The energy on that track was just crazy, man.
Oh, were they saying anything in the chat room?
Malcontent said he's rocking with Daytona 500. Douglas Howler said Daytona 500.
Smart guys.
So the better self was one
You
time.
know?
Triple C. I posed you the same question I just hit Cool Breeze with. The album you have listed in the back, is it matching to the answer that we're posing in the question today?
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
shit, yeah. You going with Apollo Kids?
I'm jumping out the window. And go.
Oh, so
I'm
you're
jumping
going,
out the window. I hope Skank
you're
can
going
catch me.
Daytona 500.
No, I'm going with Apollo Kids.
Oh, you are going to Apollo Kids.
Hey, wepa.
Oh, you are. Okay, so hold on. So okay, I thought you were saying you were going Daytona 500. So interesting.
Tied up.
It's tied up. So it's safe to say, look at the hobo with the the segue to the rounding off of this particular answer to this round, ladies and gentlemen. We have the first tie of the evening, so it is officially tied up right now.
Hobo and Breeze got the wrong wallabies on. They got the wrong wallabies.
I got the blue and green on, huh?
You got the right ones on, the one with the scroll on it, kid.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the first tie of the evening. Round 2 is official tie. The fellas in the room could not decide at the moment. However, we will take into consideration the polling pause going on in the chat room that looks like it's leaning toward that it's leaning towards a Daytona 500 kind of vote for the chat room.
We are leaning toward
So we'll keep that in mind for later if the tiebreaker is needed. But as of right now, both teams get on the board on this particular round. Again,
I just want to say, I don't know if you guys can see this, like really see it because of the whatever the thing is going on here. But what I have in my hand that you cannot see, I'll see if I turn it this way, is it is the puzzle to the Iron Man cover. If you can see it, like
you ever open it?
It's a puzzle. No, it's sealed, bro.
Oh wow!
That dude got the Iron Man puzzle.
I would have opened that during the pandemic. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah,
During the pandemic, I would have opened that.
I thought about it.
I'm doing this fucking puzzle.
Hold on a second. Let me get my Iron Man.
Wait. So you gotta get the next one. You gotta get the Supreme Clientele puzzle. You gotta
There
get
is
that.
a clientele puzzle for a reason.
Oh, for a reason.
Oh, pong, 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 pong.
Don't worry. You know you're gonna regret that statement later. You're gonna like, why did I say that? Why did I say that?
That's a feisty tonight.
I can't take it back.
Spicy.
Say it, man.
Spicy. Check this out. Round number 3, Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. Who Do You Got is the name of the show. Okay? Every Monday night, live on Twitch, we do this shit, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you join us. We do Who Do You Got? A mock versus MC, DJ, whatever kind of battle that we come up with. It's a lot of fun. We're on round number 3 of Ghostface Killer, Iron Man versus Supreme Clientele. Yes, the same artist. Yes, 2 different albums. Round number 3. If you haven't been with us yet, we'll round up the numbers later. But we're going to get right into, again, what makes both these albums more spectacular than the other. When we talk about both these albums, which had the better Posse cut? Was it? Hold on, my bad. Supreme Clientele's classic Buck 50, featuring Madonna, Master Killer, and Meth and Red.
Did you say Redman? Redman is on that.
Redman is on.
Who I'm in, the phenom, the niggas can't live. Who I'm in, we ain't got shit, something got to get. Y'all done flipped y'all way, blacked out the crib, dying lip on my legs, and my badass kids free. Looking at your ice like, jeez.
And Redman verse, as mentioned earlier. So official non-woo / woo cousin in the building right there.
Jewel's Big Heat.
So we got that Posse cut versus 96's Iron Man's Winter Wars, featuring who steals the limelight in that entire verse, that entire song. You God, Master Killer again, and Raekwon. For those who don't remember, it goes a little something like this.
What you gonna do now, Breeze?
Yes, this shit is more covered that shit door. Start to scream out loud. Wu-Tang's back for more. Yes, the hour's 4. I told you before. Prepare for mic fight. And plus the Cold War. This rhyme you digest through the RZA console. XY slam 9 diagram pole.
Oh, even you God got busy on that track.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Busy on that track.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I was like, even you God got busy.
He did, Hobo. He did.
How can you deny it? You God got busy.
I got to get familiar with you. Ghost will show you got a lot of love because he's featured on both albums, and he's even featured on obviously. Well, Winter Wars wasn't a single, but on a few big records that were big records for Ghost, such as Winter Wars, such as
Don't Be a Menace.
Yeah, Winter Wars was on Don't Be a Menace.
Yep, it was.
It was. They ironically you know how they do that shit. They split the rights. This also ended up on Supreme Client. I mean,
Iron Man.
on Iron Man, excuse me, by default, because it was again a record that was a Wu record that they put up for a fucking movie that never did a video for it. That didn't do anything for it. I think that record was just the like more proof in the pudding of like the wu-tang momentum that can happen by itself. Because that we're talking about an era where there was no real internet. Huh?
That would have been a hot video.
Yeah, that would have
So
been.
technically, Capadonna has made a
Every
video.
other day, my dress code switch.
His verse.
Ooh.
His long ass verse.
It's nice.
And he put it out a few years ago, and it's like in a few 100,000 views. It's like
Yeah, I've watched it a couple times.
yeah, not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Not bad.
It's not bad. But again, the verse overshadows all that other shit anyway, because the verse is just insane. For those who don't know, Winter Warz, Capadonna's verse, it's almost to the point where it's like an expression. I mean, I've said like nah, that's like Cannabis is like, you know, fucking Capadonna verse from Winter Warz. Like, you know what I'm saying? Beast in the East, Cannabis is that's his version of Winter Warz, Capadonna. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an expression at this point. Like, he stole the track from everybody on that damn song. So again, I posed the question: which album had the better posse cut? Was it Iron Man, Winter Warz, or was it Supreme Clientele with Buck 50? With an extra special spice on top being called Red Man.
Go ahead, Breeze. What say you?
Here we go with your fuckery, hobo. Here we go. Here we go with it. I'm gonna go with the Iron Man on this one, bro. But the thing is that both tracks are dope, but as you did allude to, U-God, he did kill it. And U-God is very underrated, I think.
True.
I think so.
He's very underrated. And he even said himself, not to go off on a tangent, that he really didn't focus on his rhymes like he felt he should have back then. But the thing is that he's still a dope MC. And I think given the right beats and given the right type of situation, I think he can still do a lot of noise right now. Every artist is dope, so you can't count him out. But I'm gonna go with the Iron Man on that one.
Oh, okay.
Down with the Iron.
Got you. Breeze put his vote down. Looks like he's picked Iron
Hey,
Man.
what can you say, man?
No.
Don't worry, hobo. There'll be a question that's gonna come up. You'll feel it. Don't worry.
Hobo, it sounds like you extended the olive branch in your direction. Which way are you going to this when it comes to this situation?
I mean, you know, I have no venom for the homie Cool Breeze. I'm absolutely going with Iron Man on this one with Winter Warz. I mean, that beat, the Capadonna rhyme, the U-God rhyme, especially as Malcolm pointed out, they had to show him some love after he got out of jail, so he put him on a banger and said, "Get busy."
First.
Oh, I thought it's Cream. I thought they put him on Cream.
Oh, I'm gonna give it to you.
He wasn't on Cream.
Not Cream. Yeah, Ice Cream. I mean.
No, Triple C. No.
Yeah, wasn't he on Ice Cream?
No, sir.
Chess boxing.
No, Triple C.
Chess boxing.
Chess boxing.
Nah,
He's only on 2 records on the first album. He's on Mystery of Chess Boxing and Protect Your Neck.
He wasn't on Ice Cream, sir. Remember they shot the video for it?
I'm talking about Capadonna. He was on that.
Oh, you're talking about Cab. I thought you talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm talking about U-God.
Oh no,
I was about to say, what kind of ice cream you eating, Triple C?
We're talking U-God. We were talking U-God. You thought.
No.
You always talking about some kind of edible arrangement.
Because he was in the video with the suit on, remember?
Yeah.
I thought he's still talking about Cap. That's why.
No, sir. No, sir. You'll be all right.
Well, since I spoke, I'm going with I'm switching party lines. I'm going to Iron Man. I chose Iron Man. I went to Warz on it.
Oh, snap. Cross that line. You a scab. You crossed the
You and his son to building the world?
For those who don't understand, Triple C was very adamant, as you can see in the background, if you haven't caught on by now, that he's a clientele stan. Everything about that album. I know it all. I read the credits. Speaking of which, by the way, did anybody else notice, and I'm sure there's a story behind it I'm not familiar with, or I'm just too high on it. but the credits on the back of the CD do not match what the actual CD is.
On Supreme Clientele, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the Iron Man. Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's Supreme
No,
Clientele.
it doesn't match.
This right here is like it says like there's like 14 songs on here or something like that.
Right.
And there's like 22 or some shit. No, but you know what it is? It also breaks up between skits and all types of shit and like.
Listen, if you got the album, or you got the CD, it's gonna become a collector's item. They messed up on that one.
They did. This is what I'm saying. Thank you, Breeze. This is exactly what I'm saying. There's a lot of mistakes. Even the order of the songs.
Order is wrong. Yep.
It's just completely wrong. But fuck cares. Like it's a fucking thing. So,
it's a dope album. That's it.
Since we're talking this right here, Scan. You know, you're the last of this particular round right here. We're talking about better posse cuts. Winter Warz versus Buck 50. That was kind of hard to say real quick. But Winter Warz versus Buck 50. Who do you got?
It's a cold winter for that Buck 50, man. It's Winter Warz all day, man.
Yes.
I ran over by the Method Man Jeep. I feel like he used to just name drop, like sort of like just name drop Meph's name in there, just to like, you know, because Meth was like super on fire at that point.
Was.
So
past tense.
I know all the members. I know all the members.
Nice. I mean, he's on fire right now, but he's acting. That's why he's on fire.
Yeah.
I think, listen, I think everybody even back then knew that Meth was the star of the show, right? So he's transcended, you know, music to movies to TV. You know, he's doing other things. It's bigger than just music. So cool. So it looks like this particular round, once again, round number 3. It looks like it's summarized. It's a one-sided war in this particular case, a winter war. This round, when we're talking about the better posse, it goes to Winter Warz featured off of Iron Man. So let's give it for Iron Man in this particular round right here. And Iron Man's on the board. It's been noted. Okay?
Yes.
Moving on to round number 4. If you're joining us for the first time, Eats, Beats, and Rhymes is the name of the show. Is the name of the channel. Excuse me. Who do you got? The name of the show. We take some of your favorite hip hop legends, artists, projects, whatever. And we put them round for round to ask the overall question. Who do you got tonight? Ghostface Killer, Iron Man versus Supreme Clientele. I know. Who could choose? But here we are. Round number 4. Fellas, are you ready? Can I get a soo? No, there's a fucking cricket. You hear the damn crickets. Not easy being up here on this stage, all right? We talk about best outside production because most of Iron Man, like we said, 98% is produced by the RZA.
Right.
And we have one particular track from that project that is a fucking banger. Again, it's an album cut, but if you love this album like you say you love this album, you're very familiar with Fish, produced by True Master.
The men who lead the crime.
We eat fish, toast salads.
My favorite joints, man.
We eat fish, toast salad, make balance. The biochemical slang lord. I throw the average in the dolphin. Vocal cord switch laser beams, my 777s. Broke the slot machines out in Queens, grateful corners. Rebel on rap.
Fish. He ain't made that product. That product ain't been cool since Eric B. and Rakim mentioned it back in '86. He brought Fish back. All right. He actually followed a whole theme later on. Don't laugh. He had fish scale, more fish.
Yeah, more fish.
Yeah. He had something else too. I don't remember, but he ran with the theme for a minute. So we're talking about True Master helping start the lineage of the Fish legacy of Iron Man. Versus, so for those that don't know, for those that know me, know that of course I was gonna find some way to talk about one of these other producers that are featured on, again, Supreme Clientele, the classic album. I decided to say that Fish, produced by True Master, versus One by Juju. Oof.
Let's just call it a tie from now. Let's just call it a tie from now.
Wow.
I tell you, so those for those the inside joke is that I'm a huge Beatnuts fan, so you know I had to find a way to finesse Juju up in the motherfucking conversation. But again, it's not because just because I'm a fan. That song to me is a fucking banger.
That song is
a lot of people
hot.
feel that way as well. So let's talk about it, fellas. We're talking about obviously the RZA handles the bulk of everything. They say they had that even when it comes to Supreme Clientele and his 45%, let's just call it 50% help of production on Supreme Clientele. They say he hasn't worked on anybody's project as much since Wu-Tang Forever, and that happened to be Supreme Clientele. So that's about as much involvement as anybody from the Wu started getting from the RZA after that. So, including Capadon. So, with that being said, we wanted to remove RZA from the equation, and it just so happened that True Master Fella is the only other producer on the Iron Man list, but a classic nonetheless. Like I said, Fish. And then we're talking about Juju from the Beatnuts producing One on Supreme Clientele. So guys, you know what the question is, fellas in the chat room. I need to know what you're thinking. It looks like well, we'll get back to them in a second. Hobo, you let us know what they're thinking. But Hobo, let's start with you. What do you think? Who do you got?
He's sweating. He's sweating now. I told you.
I am not appreciative. I just want to say, Jules, the level of questions that you have produced for this one is top notch.
Bronson really stole like Ghostface's rap style, like ZD.
Real TV.
You know what I'm saying? He was always mentioning these fine delicacies, and then in comes this white boy sounding just like him. He's going like and talk about talk about grated Parmesan and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, man.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick.
You're acting very breezish at the moment. You're taking in the air the breeze.
I mean, Fish is such a dope song to me, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
You'll be tossing and turning that when you're sleeping.
I'm gonna go with One.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna go with One.
See what's going on.
I mean, damn it.
One. What is it? Chop sample scan. I'm gonna go to you next because you're gonna answer the question next. But before you answer the question, you're the producer head in the room. It's just saying one, but I feel like there's a second word that doesn't come out.
I guess the way that it's looped, right? You could tell it's like caught from like the middle of another vocal, and the way it's looped, she's going to another one, so it comes back and starts where it kind of has like.
I feel like she's about to say like one beginning. Love or something like one.
It gets cut. It gets cut in the middle of what she's saying and loops back.
One.
Damn scan with the answers.
Damn.
Why we need producers in the room. But any producers out there that want to always contribute along to the Eat Beats and Rhymes channel on Who Do You Got? Let us know. Drop us in the comments something in the comments section. But again, I digress. Scan. What do you think? We're talking about Iron Man.
I don't really like this question too much. I don't like this question.
Talking about Fish. We're talking about One.
I don't like this one. I don't like this one. I guess I'll go with One, man.
Why you guys so sound like you're so mad? Like yes, I'll give it to you.
Because this is one of those questions where it's like there's such two great songs that I play a lot. You know what I mean? It's like to really pick one. It's almost unfair. You know what I mean?
I do feel One is a definite jam that people go to on Supreme Clientele. Like it's a go-to track. Like
Fish, I play often too by itself.
This one, okay, there you go. There you go.
I mean, I play Fish a lot. Like I will.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
will skip to Fish.
Yeah.
And how come you didn't pick it, Hobo?
One is a hotter song.
I kind of want to segue only to Triple C real quick because I have just so many vague high memories, pardon me, of just Triple C always dropping Fish, especially lyrics from Fish, like in conversations and scenarios and situations. Yeah. I should like Fish, like Ghostface. And am I wrong, Triple C? Do you not bring up this record a lot?
I do, but
so what's the significance of you bringing up Fish so much? Tell me, because I clear my mind because I'm like I almost remember specifically you talking about Fish a lot.
'Cause I guess the visual, you can see the visuals with fish. But since you're making us choose just one, I'm going with just one.
Oh, like the wordplay. You should have been a rapper, Triple C. You should have been a rapper, Triple C.
Nice.
You got the name. You got the right name, and you got the look.
What you did there. All right.
Yeah. So again, it looks like things are looking very one-sided right now, but we're gonna wrap it up by going to my man, Cool Breeze. Breeze, what are you thinking at this point? We're talking about Fish, produced by True Master. Outside production overall is the question when it comes to both of these guys, and we're talking about One, produced by Juju from the Beat Nuts. What are you thinking?
Both joints are dope, 1000%. But I'm gonna have to go with RZA do his thing, mother effer, I'ma do mine. That's Capadonna's line. Caught that one.
Thanks for pointing it out. So what's the vote?
Fish.
I'll go with Fish, Iron Man.
Oh, snap, he kept it real.
Fish.
Yes.
Yeah, he said the RZA do his thing, motherfucker, I'ma do mine. That's Capadonna.
On Fish, gotcha.
But you're a little high, I get it. It's okay.
I mean,
I'm a little surprised. Again, so we're closing the voting doors on this particular subject at the count of 3. If anybody wants to switch their vote, now is the time to speak your piece. But before I'm gonna give a bigger window. Hobo, what's the chat room saying before I close this up?
So the chat room is saying Malcontent said 1, and Douglas Hauser agreed with him. Malcontent said nothing is effing with 1. I mean,
I feel like I play Fish more though.
I'm switching my. You said I could switch.
I feel like I play Fish more.
I play Fish. Like I really rock with Fish.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second, Jules. Why don't you just put the instrumental on a Fish?
I don't have it, but I could probably loop the beginning.
You know what? I might have
to. Just play it. And just let that beat sink in. Now, Juju's beat is tough, Jules. Not taking it away from your man. But that Fish beat is just sick, bro. If you just sit down and just listen to that beat.
I'm just glad he's on the board, as a part of conversation.
Yeah, Juju.
Yeah,
so
Fish is intricate. Fish is not saying Juju's beat is simple at all.
Listen to that beat, kid. That beat is
play that beat. Play that beat.
Play that beat, man.
Man,
I don't have it on.
We're gonna have a lot of mute. We're gonna have a lot of mute section on this the show.
Yeah, man. I'm changing my vote to Fish. Fish is ridiculous.
See, Jules not gonna allow us. It needs to be both. It needs to be both of them. This one gotta be both of them.
Oh, that was my answer. Both of them.
Both of them.
This one got to be both of them. It
has to be, huh? But you didn't pick the one you wanted to pick, or did you?
I said it. I said Jules mentioned I like Fish, but one, I don't. It's hard, man.
Confused.
I need to take an Advil. I need to take an Advil right now.
My head hurts. So I'm making my head hurt.
You can lay it. Why don't you lay down for 2 minutes? It's okay. That dude, Hobo's gonna be swinging in the air. Like, what's his name from
Cuba Gooding Jr.?
From Cuba Gooding Jr. He's like, why didn't I pick that answer? Swinging in the air.
Yes, nice shirt, Jules. I'm changing my answer to Fish, man.
Jules, this gotta be a both of them answer. This gotta be a both of them.
You see, you
no
walked away.
No such thing. This ain't Drink Champs. You gotta pick. We don't got that sort of budget. You gotta pick.
I'm changing.
Listen. I'm in charge of. We're gonna set some rules. We are going to wrap it up right now. I am going to ask the room one more time if everybody's standing by their vote, and we'll see what happens. We know how the chat room's feeling. We see how you guys were initially feeling. I granted for the first time in history ever an opportunity for people to change their vote. We've never done this before, but here we go. Breeze, are you good with your vote?
Oh, 1000%, sir. I'm staying with my vote. You need to ask the other fellas in the room. They look, confused. They look beat up, tired.
I chose one. I'm sticking by one. I'm sticking.
So Trip is sticking to one. Scan is sticking to 1. Breeze is sticking to fish. Triple C is sticking to.
So 1.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Hobo, you're sticking to.
No, I'm switching to fish.
Ah,
Oh shit! Here we go. So we are officially
Man.
Yo,
first time
I think I
ever.
want to switch to fish also, bro.
Nah, ain't no switching.
and it's scratching his beard, kid.
Listen.
Scratching his
Hold
beard.
on.
I'm
I did
about
not
to feed
know.
you some worms now.
I did not know.
Oh,
Guys, I'm not a firm believer of the internet like that. You know, we're still new here. We're relatively new doing it. I did not know the power of influence that I had. I did not know by switching shirts that everybody's gonna start flipping out, changing their answers. I didn't know the power of influence. So for those at home, you see it in the corner. Follow. Okay? You see what it is, baby. You see what it is, baby.
Oh,
You see what it is, baby. So, we're gonna wrap this up.
bro.
Hobo, you officially, for the first time,
Philly, what up, man?
you got history.
Really?
You've never done this before. And it's allowed, as long as the voting doesn't close its doors, which we haven't done yet. You're allowed to change your vote. So you're officially, for the first time in history, going down as the first person to change their vote, and you're comfortable. Just check it. I'm not questioning.
I feel no peer pressure. I feel comfortable because I do play fish more than I play one.
You stated that.
That's how I feel.
So, Scan, we're about to close the doors on this topic.
Good, Hobo.
Which way are you leaning? Who do you got?
I agree with Hobo. I feel like I play fish a little bit more than I do one. So I think I'm gonna go with fish.
Oh shit!
Hey, Trip, you want to change your answer?
Nah,
That make rap balance.
if Juju's watching, I got your back, Juju.
Shout to
That's
Juju.
nice to know. Because like I
Juju.
said, I am officially a Juju stan. I'll be the first to say it. His production is insane.
True.
For those who don't know,
Hands
look up
down. Hands down.
Junkyard Juju, the beat nuts.
Hands down.
Here we go. So we are getting ready to wrap this up. Is anything anybody needs to say in the chat room, Hobo, that we need to wrap up before we close the chapter on this one?
No, some people are saying ain't no wrong answers, which is true. Malcolm says
There are wrong answers. We're gonna announce the wrong answer in a minute.
Okay. Right.
I don't play no fucking games. We're shitting on people going forward. No, I'm playing. Listen, we are officially done. The room is voted. We know what it is. It looks like it's been a change of feelings ever since I changed my shirt. But it looks like this round officially goes to Iron Man, specifically Fish. Shout out the True Master on the beat.
Pescado.
Going with Iron Man.
I'm gonna listen to Fish when we're done with this.
Woo, bars.
I'll probably eat some fish after this.
Ready?
Yes.
So here we go. If you're joining us for the first time, we do this every Monday night on Twitch. EatsBeatsandRhymes is the name of the channel. Who do you guys name of the show? We take two of your favorite hip-hop giants, put them round for round, and ask the overall question, who do you got? Tonight we're taking one artist, 2 albums. We're talking about Ghostface Killah from the Wu-Tang Clan. Iron Man versus Supreme Clientele. We're up at round number 5. We've answered a few questions tonight. We've had a lot of people in the chat room jumping on each side of the fence. Just like these guys, they say they're this, then all of a sudden they're voting for that. Again, that's the beauty of the show. No knock. That's the beauty of the show. It's just every time you think it's this, you end up going that way. Ain't nobody forced anybody's hand here at all. I'll be honest with you, the only reason I let that window ride for so long is because I made a mistake earlier in the evening. So just to call it, spade is spade. I was like, since I messed up on Apollo Kids and the Mighty Healthy portion, I let this one ride out a little longer. Next time there won't be such a long version of that window.
Fair.
But we will be able to switch answers. That can happen as long as we do it before the voting is over. So, with that being said, we rounded up to round number 5. We're here. Shout out to Philly 2AZ in the chat room.
Peace to the dude, Philly.
Philly, what up, primo?
It was kind of difficult coming up with certain ideas, and questions for these guys. So we started off the night asking the overall question, who do you got? We went around the room and it was very split down the middle. We had Team Iron Man consisting of DJ Hobo and DJ Scandalous. Shout out to you guys. We also had Supreme Clientele team, repped by Cool Breeze.